What is up, everyone? Today I'm going to be changing the hydraulic oil in our mini skid steer. I kind of want to start making videos of these machines, changing the oil in all these different machines, like this little one, and we get all different kinds of little excavators in. So I'm gonna try and make some videos, some like how-tos, that way if you have one of these machines and you're wondering how to do it, you can watch me mess up first and it might save you some time and money. So yeah, so my idea here is this is, I mean, I understand it, it's inconvenient, but it is what it is. We need to get this plate off and my tank's down there. And I ran into a few other issues on this machine. My hydraulic tank was not bolted in at all. It was just sitting there. And you know, I didn't do a 100% quality control inspection on this unit and go around tighten every nut and bolt after we got it. So if you could see it, that trail there, and then there, it goes under my truck and it goes up to the house, is where the tank fell down in the front and then was puking fluid out the top. So it didn't hurt the tank, I don't think. It hasn't been spilling any fluid since. You'll get a better view once I get this off. But yeah, so I need to get in there. I need to re-bolt the machine, the tank to the machine, and then I need to change the fluid in it. If you guys aren't aware, you need basically the fluids that come in these machines are just for shipping. Basically good enough you're not going to blow it up if you're loading, unloading, things like that. A lot of folks can't just get them loaded and then unload them at home without starting them off their trailers, so you're going to have to run it. That's fine, but don't just keep running it on that. You're definitely going to want to get it changed out before you put any real work time on it. So that's what we're going to do today. Like with any hydraulic piece of equipment, I'm assuming you're supposed to keep everything retracted. However, in order to work on this, I'm going to need this arm up in the air, so I'm going to lift it. I'm going to lift the boom on it, and I'm going to set it on the rolling cart here, and that way when I let all the fluid and everything down, it doesn't come down and squish me. So there's probably still going to be a little residual fluid in there, I'm sure. I guess it's been compared to about the consistency of vegetable oil, which is no bueno. So I'm going to pop it up there, get that panel off, and pump this fluid out. I'm not 100% sure. I'm sure you could just unhook the whole thing and drain everything out. I'm going to pump it out. I have a little hand pump. It's only 3 gallons, I think. Maybe 5. I bought 5. But I got this little oil pump that I've used like one time. So I'm going to use it to pump that out. It works pretty quick. You can get vacuum pumps if you don't want to do that, or maybe you're a reseller or you work on these. I'm sure you can get a vacuum pump and do this a lot faster. I plan on that, but right now I'm just going to use the hand pump. It's really not that big of a deal. And we're just going to pump it out, fill it back up, and that should be that. We do also need to change the engine oil in this unit. We're running the 420cc in this one. It's just a little guy. So I'm going to look up the specs on that. I think it's like 1030 or something like that, but don't quote me to that. I'll look it up and let you guys know what I'm using. But yeah, we're going to get the engine oil changed, we're going to get the hydro fluid changed, and this unit should be ready to go. Well, maybe. And we'll see what else isn't bolted down in there, and we'll go from there. Alright, so if you have this model, this is a KY380, a KYLIN. These are going to be 12 millimeter across the front. There are 6 of them, 3 on the bottom, 3 on the top. Alright, and now we have access to everything under here, which goes in here. Got our battery up front. All this is really filthy now because hydraulic fluid got everywhere. Looks like I've got a little random bolt there, I need to figure out where that goes. I need to figure out where those are going to mount into on the front and the back, and try and clean up some of this disaster. It's a shame to have it looking like that on a new machine, but not too bad. I mean, you definitely need that plate in front to protect all of this, so it's necessary. And yeah, this is where we were spilling out. Yeah, it's all soaked. So, all right, this will be fun. I think we're gonna get that off and pump it out, put it back in, and then we'll figure out. Well, we'll bolt it and we'll fill it back up. Might be easier to move around when it's empty. So, oh, that's tough, or it's slippery, or both. Let's get up in here, clean this off. Here we go. I need a little gription. It does smell kind of funky. I even get a siphon in there. Let's find out. I see a screen, so I'm kind of a little concerned. Yeah, I was a little worried about that. So I think we need to remove this top piece here. Well, I don't really want to remove the whole flange, although I kind of feel like that's what needs to happen. I don't think these stand a chance of getting removed. They look a little rough. It looks like they just have a little sealant here holding that flange on, so yeah, I think we're going to take that whole thing off. I'm going to let pressure off the hydraulics and make sure everything's going to set here nice and steady. That looks good. Oh, let's try number 10. Oh wow, that one's not even tight. No wonder it was leaking. 10's a winner. All these bolts are extremely short for everything. I can't imagine they're barely biting. I'm just gonna use this guy right here. But I think about anything will work. Get in there. This might actually be too thick. I might need to just go start with a screwdriver. Yeah. Well, at least the sealant's doing its job. Nope. Maybe. I heard it moving. There we go. Do not need to smack it around. Alright. Set that down there. Let's put this over in our thing there. Oh man, that's a lot of foam and weird looking stuff. I don't like it. So this one goes in here. Put that out of the way. Put that in there. They're all so long. I don't really want to cut it. Here, let's see if we can do this. So yeah, just pump all this crud out of here. Kind of looks like vegetable oil. Let's see what they're saying now. Okay, so our tank is pumped out. Now I just need to figure out where on earth I was supposed to mount it. Something tells me it's got something to do, oh that's filthy now, with that bolt that was just sitting in here. There, but that's where it goes. So we need to get a bolt and a nut, at least for this side. Let's get it back in position. We reach back here, there's a spot. There is a spot for the back to bolt to. And big shocker, that one's missing. So I'm gonna go into the utility room and see if I can hunt down. Looks like we just need a 3/8 bolt. It really don't matter how long it is, nothing crazy, and a nut. So I'm gonna go get that real quick. Alright, so Devin with Red Brush was over here the other day building this cart that we're laying this thing on for his truck. And he happened to leave these laying around, so I'm gonna use them, don't tell him. They are entirely too long, so I'm gonna go from the bottom up. That way we don't catch on things we run over. That would be a bad time. Oh, they're gonna be too long. Yep, they sure are. No, that's not gonna work. Time to go find some shorter ones. Okay, we got some winners. Bolts are something like I need to buy and keep on hand, but they're ridiculously expensive to buy and keep on hand. And we are really poor, so we just I just kind of scavenge them off everything and just pray that I have the right ones when I need them. So far that seems to work. The more bolts you have, the more likely the odds are you can make it work, but most of you guys already got that figured out. Alright, so that's the front one. I'm not 100% confident in this rear one because I can't seem, there doesn't seem to be a slot for the hole for the bolt to go through. Let's use the camera and have a look. Maybe. Oh, I can't say anything. Maybe you guys can see something, but oh well. Figure it out here. If this is supposed to be straight, it should be like that, and the bolt hole should be roughly, hey, right there, look at that. We got it. Now, you just break your arm in 2 places, you can reach this mess. Don't wear your good clothes for this one. Oh, I'm a mile off. Adjusting. Oh God. Did we get it? Holy cow, we got it. Okay. That's good enough. Time to bring in the tools. This extension is long enough to do that right there. Oh, and then you just climb on up in here. Too loose to twist that yet. Tighten this sucker up good because I don't want to get back in here again. Alright, we are all tightened up. Time to put some juice back in it. Now, at least on mine, right down here on the side is a sight glass. And from what I read and what I'm told, you want that to be about 3/4 of the way full. And you're gonna wanna, which we'll go through the process here, but we're gonna get it there. I'm gonna fire it up, we're gonna get everything moving, then we're gonna check it, and we're gonna lower it, we're gonna adjust until we've got fluid back through all the lines and everything's filled up and happy. It really is a pretty quick process. You don't have to do all this extra stuff. So hopefully, it's just mine that had these issues. And I doubt that. I'm using AW46 hydraulic oil. This stuff is pretty affordable. You can get it anywhere from $30 to $70 depending on where you are and where you shop. Alright, let's try this guy. That will do that. And then we will do this. It's like funnelception going on here. Is that gonna? I don't know if I like funnelception. Wow, this bar is kind of inconvenient now. Just a little bit. I wonder though, if I squish back in here and just dump this over. That's kind of heavy. perfect, didn't spill a drop. It's not so bad, it kind of holds it for you. It's kind of nice. Oh, there we go. Sight glass is filling up, that's halfway. A little more, a little more, a little more, a little more, a little more. That looks 3/4 enough to me. Yeah. That's what our sight glass looks like there. Got that spot empty up top. So let's get the flange back on. The screen out. People said to check the screen, but I don't really. The screen looks okay. That's not a pickup screen, so I guess it would look okay. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong screen. But I can't really see much else in there. I don't really see any foreign matter in there either. Looks pretty clean. I think I'm going to get a big old strong magnet at some point though and slap it on the side opposite of the pickup on this thing. Just in case there is little metal parts rolling around in there. They'll at least be stuck to that. This one and that one don't feel great. I think I'm going to get longer ones and replace those at some point. Okay. All right. It actually felt a little better. I wonder if we were a little low or something. So I'm gonna go ahead and button up this panel on here, and they were gonna call it good. I was gonna clean it up. I've decided not to. Maybe we need to wash the outside. Oh, look at that. It's the front of a Ford Ranger. Because Chris just pulled in. Decided to come to work on time today. I think it's 6 o'clock p.m. Nah, he's been busy all day, but we just like to give him some crap. Oh, there he is. Hey, at least you're not late for work.
You know it.
And we're all back together, everything moves, so that's how you swap out the hydraulic fluids. Piece of cake. Again, if you don't want to use the manual pump, you can get a vacuum pump, or probably even a drill pump would be alright too. Those are cheap enough also. There's options. Engine oil might be a little different, but I think I'll tackle that in another one. I'm pretty sure it is just 1030 that goes in there, but I'll have to double check. It's been a minute since I looked up the specs on that. But that's going to be out on this one. Now you know how to change your fluid. Remember to do it as soon as possible when you get one of these, either, well, wherever you got it from. Unless you buy it off somebody who's already swapped them out. Some resellers do that, but if you get it from auction or you import it, change the fluids. But that's going to be out on this one. Remember to like and subscribe, and we will catch you on the next one.